Like usual, I started off the day by checking on the kitty and seeing how sweet she is, and then making some delicious strong coffee. Today I was all pumped up because I saw that someone had bought Catastrophe for $2, so that made my day. I was so stoked that we had a couple of comments and some people had downloaded and played the game, so I recently posted an update on Game Jolt. Today I'm going to be doing a Twitch stream later in the evening. I'm about to go do some errands and I'm excited to see what we can make happen tonight in our project. Alright, we made it back from errands, went on a little walk and stuff, had some delicious food, and now I'm back, I'm all set up, and I have no idea what I'm going to stream tonight, so I'm just opening Unity and Blender and hoping that some sort of stroke of genius is going to come to me soon. Hey friends, just setting up here, got the Mom's House game open, started to think about what kinds of things I could do to update Mom's House. Hey, Graham, what? Hey, I'm not even on the right screen yet. For it. Oh, almost. Hey, thanks, friend. How's it going, Graham? I think the whiteboard's in the other room because I was using it as a desk in bed. Thanks, friends. I'm gonna see if this Mom's House game still works. I just opened it and I'm gonna start doing some construction on this house because I was imagining building a tiny house in the backyard of this house. It's totally still working. Oh my god. This is like old. This game is old now too, not just me, but also my game here. I wanted to make it better, you know? We only got this far. Where she'll be like, hey, go get me some stuff out of the garden so I can make some stuff, you know? Now that I have a drawing pad, I will surely try to get good at drawing and try to get good at like some environmental like concept art. And even when I'm just watching another stream, like watching you play Ori the other day was really helpful because I didn't have to concentrate on the trying to get through the hard puzzles, which I do love as well. I have to be in the mood. When I get my mind set and like ready for a game, I'm all about some good challenges, but other times I'll be like, oh my god, it's so hard. You're able to pick stuff up and look at it, but you can also like take that and like walk all around the house with it. So basically you could say, go get such and such in the kitchen. Oh, like the thing actually that we said we are gonna get is the trash. She's like, go get the trash out of the kitchen. So right now the presents, they just like pop up and like attach themselves to the camera that we have attached to our head. We have our first person controller that we're using to walk around. We got our inventory up in the top left with our trash now, but we don't have any inventory for the present. We can go put the present back if we want. We don't have to do anything with the present, but that's as far as we got with present functionality. So we know that you go over here to take out the trash. Bam! Okay, now we got quarters, but this can be anything. So the idea is that like we'll go on a few quest adventure things in here and she'll say, I need to make dinner, go help me make soup. So we got her potatoes and carrots from the garden. And then she's like, alright bitch, now go take out the trash. So then she gives us some allowance money. It says quarters, but it's actually a key. But if I learned anything is that people really don't like it when you just have a basic key. They want it to be anything but a key. So we could say, this is the Nova that I attempted. I didn't attempt, I actually did make this Nova in Blender. It was one of the first things I made in Blender. I wound up buying a $5 Chevy Nova somewhere on I don't know, some store. And it was like this car, only way, way, way better. And I was like, oh my god, it's so beautiful. It's just like my dream. The smooth on that Nova, I really don't like that smooth look on it. Among other things, like it could just be better. But that was already like a couple years old now, so I bet that if we made another Nova, then it would probably. When I was in high school, I liked old cars, so they were really old now, like a um, 60s and 70s, like classic cars. I thought were really cool. We had like a school car show, and that's when I decided that I loved classic cars and I really wanted one. Oh, this is another feature in the game where you walk up into the bedroom and you can turn on the radio right here. And it's supposed to play a song, my friend's song, but I don't hear it. So yeah, the radio works, and then you can come over here and we'll put some more variety of bands and things on the walls, but I didn't have any time to do this, and I was trying to make this little thing for a present. This is like not this last Christmas, because I made the cat game this year, but the Christmas before. And Mom's house. We got a diary. Well, the idea is eventually we'll be able to like turn the pages and have some cool stuff in there that looks like an actual diary. And thanks for noticing the computer. I got the monitor working. But there really isn't too many other things like. We haven't actually opened this project in a while, so I had put this on the back burner, but now that I'm done with the cat game, I decided to open this up again and see if it even still works. And if it does, then maybe add a trailer in the. I want to build like an in-law in the back of this house, you know? Start practicing my dream home. My dream home would not be an in-law, but the in-law would be practicing to make a dream home. This is like some beautiful art from Google that is copywritten. So don't look at that cool art. We'll have to replace that with something else, but I was trying to convey that I wanted to put some dragon art on the walls in here. This gigantic bed. Some of the scaling is really off in this game, and that was really bothering me. But I was thinking, I feel like I learned a little bit from the Mom's house and the cat game, and like, what if I could, I don't know, I guess meld them together a little bit, because like it would be cool to be able to knock stuff over and get points in this game too. Ooh, what you want to do next with Unity is implement using characters. Nice. Ooh, oh. It's really cool that it's pretty easy to get the character controller into here, and for me the hardest part with characters was doing a blend tree. When you have more than one or two animations and you're dealing with more than just like literally one animation on a character. Usually if you're getting a character in the asset store, it'll already have that stuff all set up. And if you're trying to make a character from scratch, which I'm kind of trying to get ready to be able to do that, like make a character from scratch and rig it in Blender and get it ready for Unity, and then already have some animations for it and bring all that into Unity. That is something I want to do in the next month or two. But look at this, like, we could even do stuff like add some of the things, like the cat game had some bubbles that came out of the toilet and a flushing sound. We could add toilet flushing. I don't know, we could just keep on making this stuff better. Oh, Mixamo, yeah. I love Mixamo. It's really cool that those are free to download. I seem to remember that at one point Adobe bought it and I didn't know what was going to happen. I was like, oh no, Mixamo. But they're still free to download and get you can upload your own model on there. You don't even have to rig it, and you can upload your model and then download it rigged with the animations and stuff. And then you can also download the animations without a rig if you don't want. So this is the upstairs area. There's 3 bedrooms, and then there's something popping out of the wall right there. It still works. We could do stuff like turning the lights on and off. We should make it so that everything that can be functional, like a light switch or a door, is all like something you can interact with, if possible. Or like a low poly Second Life. A low polygon Second Life, totally. I would be all about it. I never really got into Second Life, but that's only because I didn't hear about it until it was like too late. So I would be down to check it out. I heard people make an entire living on Second Life selling houses and stuff. I saw some documentary about a lady that was like just doing like mods and stuff, Second Life models and things. Oh yeah, I wanted to tell you about the tree. It's obviously just a funny looking cone, but it's got all the subscribers on Christmas ornaments on the tree. And I'm not really very religious, but you know, every year Christmas comes around and sometimes I'll try to get in the spirit or whatever. So we put all the subscribers on the tree while we were working on this that year. And that's pretty much it so far for this game. Once you get the quarters or the key or whatever in the inventory, then I was hoping we could then like come here and like get into the car and think about our lives, and or we can start modeling the interior of the car or something. Now that is something I can do. If someone is like, all I need is to be able to rotate an object in Unity, I can help with that. I can do all things that are like brand new, like if it's like getting your first project started, or one of my friends told me on Instagram today, he's like, I'm gonna start making my own first game and I'm gonna be using Unity, and I was like, please let me know if you have any questions, because I don't know very much, but I know all the very first steps, and my partner is really good with Unity, so often if I don't know the answer, then he'll know the answer. Okay, it says with builds index, it can't be loaded because it has not been added. That's awesome. Oh, old school NES. I know, a lot of the stuff in this particular Mom's House game, like I made the whole exterior, but all of the interior, a lot of the furniture is still just prototype stuff from the assets that we have. The Polygon assets, they used to be called Cinti Studio. We have a lot of Cinti Studio assets, so they're my favorite. I pretty much collect them every time I see. But just like as a, in general, type of a fun concept for a game where there's a house, there's a quest system. It could be anyone's mom. It doesn't have to be my mom or anything. Or anybody's grandma, you know, it's just like some random granny character that we 3D modeled. I was still using 3D Max when I modeled the 3D Granny. So Granny was made with 3D Max. So I would love to try to remake her with Blender. But this right here obviously looks creepy and took me forever. So when I go back into character modeling, it was not going to be pretty for a long time. So I'll just have to put a scrolling disclaimer on my stream when we're modeling. I'll be like, FYI, noob for life. Don't expect any like fucking high poly sculpting here yet. But I did finally get a drawing pad which can be used for 3D sculpting, and I am looking forward to that. Because technically, you don't have to worry about poly count when you're dealing with PS5. Oh, you miss your grandma. Oh, toughest little woman you ever known. Shaped you and your family. Oh. I wish I got to know my own grandma a little bit better. I had two grandmas. I remember them from when I was really young. This is the game, the Mom's House game so far. She's like, I'm making soup. Can you go get me some potatoes and carrots from the garden? It's really kind of simple. I'll just run through it again really quick. This is actually over a year old. You basically go get two things for Granny, drop them off, and then she's like, okay, now go take out the trash, yo. We'll try to make it cute. You know, I don't want to be all bitter about the Granny or whatever, the quest giver giving me all these things I gotta go do. I think not because of the Granny thing, but like in games sometimes, like when they're giving you quests, like it's gotta be fun. Otherwise, sometimes it'll actually get kind of boring. Like I feel like I'm going on a, not like some sort of fun adventure, but some errand, you know. So I was trying to think of ways I can make this not too boring, but right now it's really simple. Trying to get any functionality working. These are some of my favorite movies from when I was a kid, like UHF and The Princess Bride and Life of Brian and Jurassic Park. You can, oh god, you can walk directly into the TV to turn it on. Little shameless self-promo there. I was just glad I got the texture animated on the TV. I was like, yay! But here, unlike in the cat game, you cannot just like knock stuff over, unfortunately. Two different games. But we are using some of the same assets, so they do kind of look similar. Yoo-hoo, door. Hello. Ah! I definitely have some of the scaling off in this game, but I've made a lot of progress in my trying to make the sectional walls since this attempt or whatever. So I'm gonna try to remake. I got some really old games off of Steam, but some of them don't run correctly on my computer because I have a gaming laptop. Alright, friends, that mom's house, it still works. In Unreal, I actually haven't really got into Unreal myself, but I've studied as much as I can from my perspective, or from not having it. I literally don't have enough space to install it. I tried. Otherwise, I would. I just tried again recently, actually. So, but anyway, I love Unreal. I am very open-minded about different engines, and I don't think that one is better than the other. I would definitely be using Unreal as well too, but some people think that Unity is not as good because the lighting doesn't automatically look as good. But if you know how to like go in and like tweak it, then it can look a lot better. Oh, you struggled getting Unreal Engine to work wonderfully? Okay. I didn't even know C plus or I don't even know C. I'm just barely grasping C sharp. So the fact that I have someone nearby that knows C sharp, I'm like definitely all about Unity. So I'm like, anytime I get stuck, I know exactly where to go. But now I'm so dialed into the community, I feel like even if I wanted to learn Unreal or something else like Node or Java or JavaScript, then I would know where to go for that too. Because Twitch and the internet are beautiful things sometimes. I mean, cool. Well, I'm looking at some of my old projects here and just thinking about how can I improve myself as a person along with my Unity projects. And yeah, I was really excited the Mom's House game we made, not this last Christmas, but the one before. So I actually started to work on it a year before that. It's a little bit old now. And the cat game, we just made a little update. Just yesterday, actually, updated the cat game on Game Jolt. But we got the cool trees in this game. But yeah, I do want to get better at programming, and I would like to get better at understanding the basics of what am I even doing. So that's my goal for. Hey Fubar Prime, welcome. Nice to see ya. So I've got here my build settings for the cat game. Two different versions for the game that are exactly the same, and the only thing that's different is in the title and the credits scene. The only thing that's different is that I had to take out the Twitch API for the WebGL version. So remember how I was so excited? I was like, we finally got the Twitch API to work, and I got this awesome credit scene. You just run a Unity app and it will run all the current Twitch subscribers. And it was like, oh, I was so pumped up I can do that and just run that for OBS. But then I wanted to take it to the next level and bring it into the cat game so that under the credits tab then people could see their names under there as well. And finally got it working and updated online. So, okay, credits. Reminds you of an old Ouya game called Cat Lateral Damage. Good one. I think I've seen PewDiePie play that one. But then when I went to look up cat games, I realized that there's a bunch and that I shouldn't hold myself back just because there's a few cat games. But I was like, you know what? The world needs more cat games. So here we are. I've totally seen Cat Lateral Damage though. I love that game. Super cute. Which is better in that case. Anyway, I got these buttons to work, and we made these buttons in Affinity Designer, but the cool part is the credits scene. This is what the Patreon supporters, eventually, hopefully we can get that to load up automatically as well, but the subscribers, thank you so much for being subscribers, friends, but I just was so excited to be able to include you on the game credits, and if anyone ever needs any tips on how to do that, we can maybe help. I'll show you what the inside of the game looks like. It's pretty much the same. I fixed a couple bugs, and my partner's been teaching me C# slowly but surely, so I've been trying to learn, but I'm by no means really good just yet or anything. So I'm trying to get better, and the cat game I figured would be fun. Next time I get a lesson, I'm gonna try to get a lesson on how to not get my tail to stick through the wall. Because it is really cute when the tail goes through the wall. Yeah, I was like, I need to learn C# and Unity. What should I do to teach myself? I'm trying to, like, you know, teach myself, and, you know, I got my partner can teach me some C# whenever I need it. So I was like, I want to make a cat game. Oh, I got some floors sticking through the ground. Whoops. Some terrain. So I got a few lessons, one of which was to get the, what's it called? The UI over there working. So I got the UI. My modeling skills are not really good enough to make an amazing cat model. So we're using a bunch of cool models in the meantime until eventually I do want to make a cat model. But some things will knock over like the light. And I was really proud a long time ago when we made it so that when you knock over the light, then the light will flicker. And then if you knock over this, you can knock over this grandfather clock, and some of the sound effects are too quiet compared to like the clock is really loud. But we'll try to fix some of that stuff before the next big release. Looks like a rave down there. I started to replace some of the prototype art, like the walls and the staircase, and I made the some like the window over here. I got the window to be see-through. But a lot of the furniture is still just prototype assets from the asset store. Hoo-yah! But thanks to the encouragement of Ramon and friends, I definitely feel like I've got more than enough support to keep on going. Like, I'm never going to give up. Thank you. Okay, cool. Let's just make sure I didn't miss anything on chat. And, you know, I just opened up the Mom's House game, and the Mom's House game still works. And then I was like, let's open up the cat game because we got the redwoods in the backyard, and I think I might do some 3D modeling in a minute and try to make something for the backyard in the mom's house. I had this idea to start making like an in-law unit or some sort of a tiny house in the backyard of the mom's house game, and or maybe even trying to remake that house. That mom's house was starting to look pretty shabby. Okay, we're almost done. This is like the only other cool thing. I think we need to add some theme music throughout the entire game, but how are we going to choose a song that's not going to get too old? Cool. Alright. Somebody actually bought the cat game on Game Jolt today, and I woke up and it was like the first thing I saw in my email, and I was like, oh my god. And I told the guy, I was like, I hope you just saw that you can bypass the part where you can opt to choose to, you know how you can choose to tip $2, but then you can just like bypass that. I had to like make sure that he did it on purpose. I was like, thank you. That's so nice. That was the highlight of my day. Alright, so we got this part that's the credits, but I'm going to open the one that says cat game. I was feeling a little bit burnt out on the cat game today, but I was thinking that maybe we could start something new, like maybe make a whole new scene in here and like prepared to bring in a, I don't know if I'm going to say a straight up different house altogether, but if I was going to try to remake that mom's house, I mean it would take freaking forever, you know, but it could be fun. I was thinking about building a tiny house in Blender. Like there's so many unique features that they have on like Stream Elements and Streamlabs and lots of different options and stuff, but I'm just trying to find ways to get myself to practice Unity more, and I was figuring if I can integrate it with my stream, then that would be a really fun exercise to try to make some cool stuff in Unity happen. I finally got the API working. I'm just glad finally got it working. There's some days when I'm like, it's hard for me to see my own progress, like if it takes forever to learn something new, but then other days I'll have a breakthrough and I'll be like, oh yeah, this is the good stuff. That one fungus app, we never actually got too far with that. I was kind of curious, like, There's a lot of really cool assets in the Unity asset store, and sometimes it makes things a lot easier, especially if you don't know how to do programming yet. But then other times, it can cause more work if it turns out that you actually did want to program it later. Yeah, it's called fungus, but I don't know if it really has anything to do with like mushrooms. I don't know why they call it fungus. I think their logo has a mushroom on it. We can make up a story about the fairy girl. We can make a short animated film about this girl right here. We can make her fly through the redwood forest. Does she have a character controller in her? She has a lot of different animations here, like run, stand, blink, fly in place and stuff. I'm just gonna grab the train out of here and see what happens. We have now officially dragged the train into the cat. Wait, into the other scene? What about the character controller, which is the fluffy cat? Let's bring this in because we can maybe trade it onto the fairy girl. Ooh, we can make a fairy pickup game where she can like go around the forest and pick shit up. We did start making a forest like a harvesting the forest game one time where you like pick up mushrooms and like walk through the forest and pick up mushrooms. But I don't know, I guess I lost interest in that game. That was a long time ago. I started feeling like I was running errands and that it wasn't worth my time. Okay, yeah. Pretty much now that we have the functionality of the cat game where a character can run around an area and like jump and like pick stuff up, we can have that same type of functionality in any scene with any type of character in any type of environment. So it would be perfect to have a fairy that can pick stuff up in the forest. Hell yeah. We can start thinking about stuff that the fairy girl would be picking up. Start thinking about that now. Alright, we got the fluffy cat. Alright, what else would we want to bring in from the cat game into just a forest? I think that we have to add the reference. Oh wait, we have to see our fluffy cat. Alright, fluffy cat is on some weird angle of the floor. And, oh, maybe we forgot to bring the camera or something. We're trying to like enjoy some outdoor time. Alright, we got some hearts still. Alright, what I did with the cat game is I put some invisible colliders around the edge. Now that we have the backyard, I was like, oh no, because I wanted to load it up onto Game Jolt, but I was worried that people are gonna just like want to go explore even though there's nothing out there. So right now all it has is some colliders around the very edge, like nothing even like rocks yet. Just haven't gotten there yet, but eventually I'll probably try to place rocks around the map where obviously the cat map is gonna drop you off the face of the map. So I'll try to make it more natural around the edges where there's rocks and trees and where... Oh yeah. We were trying to like get the camera to follow her around like the cat, but we did such a good job with the cat. Oh, look at... See how the cat had a blend tree like this? This is what we need for the girl. Okay, here's the amazing train. Now, what type of a brush would kind of like smooth it together, like blend it together? Because brush. How do you know which one's the most natural type of brush? What is this one? Built-in brush? Maybe that one's natural. Maybe a little bit bigger. As long as... Ooh, now that is a gigantic brush. We're trying to practice and make it look cool. We'll see if it even winds up looking awesome. We'll probably wind up bulldozing a few things and... Oh god! It's dark now. Alright, let's look at what this looks like. Hey, it's Amerga! Hey, friend! We got some dense-ass trees. Alright, let's turn that density down. Hey, Mariga's here. You're here just in time. I decided to convert the cat game into a fairy tree game. And now it's kind of 2 games in one. We got the cat game and the fairy tree game. And I'm practicing with the terrain brush to see if we can design the forest to look a little bit better. But this right here is kind of insane. We might not actually need this light right here. Let's turn things, but okay, now that we turned off that ugly ass light outside, we can bake this really quick. And this way it won't be as much of an eyesore. That's mostly what I care about, whether or not the game's looking like an eyesore. Luckily, our friend was like helping me make a character creator, and we got a fairy to walk around in the forest in a different scene. Okay, reference script is missing on the tile. I don't even know what that is. That's from some other effect or something. Let's see if we can play. You could build the overlay as a full Unity app and just do a separate game capture for it. So far, I've only been building the Unity app as like PC for the OBS version, but then for the Game Jolt like cat game, that WebGL version, I just like the fact that they can play it on the browser, because I think a lot of people are not going to download it and play it. But yeah, we made 2 different versions. The version for PC with the API credits working, and then the version that's exactly the same but with just manual credits. I'm trying to learn Unity and trying to learn how to build my own website, but it's a long process for me. I feel like I got a late start because I'm in my 30s. I just started learning this stuff a few years ago. So I don't know if anyone else can relate or if I'm the only one who feels like I'm super behind. I don't mean to trash talk myself too much, but sometimes I'll try to be honest. And I'm like, I did get a late start, you know? Oh, cool, Tail learned when you were 7. I think it's more common nowadays to get started when you're younger because there's more resources available. But I think people, especially people who are a little bit older than me, it is more common for people to learn from books. And sometimes it's really hard to even like get through a game. I heard that game development was especially hard because you'd have to get manuals to figure out how to program. And nowadays you can just search it on the internet and stuff. So I super admire anyone like who is more advanced than I am. So I always try to hang out with people who are good at 3D modeling and coding, and basically anything I'm trying to learn how to do, I'll try to hang out with people that are better than me. When I was 7, I was like watching cartoons and playing Commander Keen, I think. Cool, great. Oh, you've been programming for most of your life, but not much in games? Oh, and great, DP, you were in your mid-30s before you really started using Blender? Sort of regularly? Okay. Good. Oh, you're just about 50 and you're still learning? Alright, Tail. Good. I like to know I'm in good company. I like to know I'm not the only one that decided to give a shit. Well, not that I decided to just give a shit. Just like, I think I had, I thought that I would only ever really become an artist. I didn't know what I was missing until I realized, like, oh, I want to make my own website. Oh, I gotta learn how to learn some HTML. I'm okay with that, you know. Totally okay with learning. Some things I'm more excited about learning than others. Like, Blender is really like craving some sort of like mental challenge. Like, I think they, Unity and Blender gave me that perfect combination of art and mental challenge that I was seeking. And good thing there's a lot of really cool community people from Twitch and just on the internet, and people doing tutorials and stuff. Yeah, that's really cool that you learned to code from a magazine. I hope you didn't make too many mistakes or accidentally record over your progress or anything. I could totally imagine that happening. Okay, this is the cat game. There's really not too much to it just yet, but Basically, you can light stuff on fire and you can jump up onto the table and knock stuff over like this turkey. We just added a backyard into this game not too long ago, like a few weeks ago. Usually that makes a noise. Oh, there you go. After 30 seconds, the wall will be on fire and then it'll be all burnt. We started making this game about a year ago and I released it onto Game Jolt around Christmas. And then just yesterday I put a little update onto Game Jolt and had fixed a couple bugs and stuff. There's really not much to it. Basically I got enough programming lessons to figure out how to get this little UI up there and how to get this cat to work properly and how to swap out items. If they drop onto the floor, then the counter will count them. This TV is turned on, like there's a functional texture, like mesh texture thing. I was thinking we could have the cat. Okay, so the cat will basically jump up onto the table and realize that the owners are gonna get evicted if they don't pay rent. It's kind of hard to see here. We'll probably make it easier for the player to read this stuff. But the idea is that you got the cat sees two letters. One letter says you're gonna get evicted if you don't pay rent, which is so relatable. And then the other one is the also here's your insurance, and if you trash the house in, you'll get a bunch of insurance money. So the cat is basically running around and thrashing the house to get insurance money to pay rent on time. I was trying to come up with some creative storylines so that we could like practice some storytelling, but I know it's kind of a weird story. I just was, you know how sometimes game development takes a really long time, so I was trying to come up with some interesting concepts to like. So the cat game has a title scene, a main scene, and then the credits scene. The credits are really close to the title scene, but the main difference is you get a different message. In the title scene, it just says, hey, this is what you gotta do. Go knock stuff over so the cat can pay rent. And then in the credits scene, then it'll basically look just like this, but it'll say, oh, either you did it or whatever. And you can either start or the credits scene. This is my claim to fame. This last week, we finally figured out how to get the API working. So all of our current Twitch subs are actually in the game, but only for the PC version because we couldn't figure it out on the WebGL version. But the same system with the Twitch API that we used in the cat game, we got it working in like an overlay for OBS. Thanks, Graham. I was so excited we actually got this shit working. I thought about it and tried to figure it out several times, you know? But anyway, it works now, and the Twitch API working in Unity and working in a PC build is the main cool thing about that. So now anytime we make a PC build of anything in Unity, whether it's something we want to window capture for OBS or if we want to make another game or something, then for some reason the API wasn't working in WebGL, but maybe we can figure that out, or it's probably something about the Twitch library that wasn't working with WebGL. Okay, we're back to the fairy wonderland of our dreams, and I just have to remember it's called Redwood Forest Scene. I think that the fairy scene is cool. Yeah, thank you so much for hanging out tonight. I'll probably be back maybe even as soon as tomorrow because I really wanted to play some more Lara Croft. We made quite a bit of progress in Tomb Raider and it's actually a really fun game. Have a wonderful evening. I didn't even know what I was going to stream today when I hit go live, but every Wednesday I like to practice some game dev and or art on my channel over on Twitch. And today we wound up making this really cool fairy circle thing in Unity. I had so much fun making a fairy forest today on stream, and it was really fun just getting some more practice in Unity, and I was trying to figure some things out on my own. I got some help from chat, some tips. Pretty much anytime I stream game development or anything related, I'm always guaranteed to learn something new. Maybe we'll make the fairy forest game pretty cool. I'm not really sure where it's gonna go from here.